Today on the Topping Show, the Bud Light Fantasy Playoff tweet gets a mere 83 likes. Vivek on Over and Schroeder gets 1.8 million views, while his view on how Republicans approach abortion topic goes viral as well. Harvard president lost him about $1 billion and is caught with multiple citations of plagiarism, but of course she still gets to keep her job. McDonald's CosMcs opens, and one woman waits about 4 hours at the store. Etsy to lay off about 11% of their staff, and Tesla to recall around 2 million vehicles. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have McDonald's opening up yet another CosMcs location. Now, it looks like during this beta test, they're going to open around 10 of these new concept stores. A lot of people, including myself, well, actually, maybe I coined this term, or not that unique, but think of discount Starbucks. So you have the regular McDonald's, which people know for what used to be cheap, fast food, and now it's becoming more and more expensive, thanks to a myriad of reasons, including the astronomical increase in the minimum wage in some areas up to $20 an hour. But nevertheless, this new CosMcs concept is supposed to be even more more convenience foods, and of course, emphasis on coffee. And it's apparently named after some mascot from the 80s, so they get to play the nostalgia as well, and Americans love nostalgia. That's one of the reasons you see so many fast food logos reverting back to the old designs. I also partially suspect they're doing that because their food was better back then, the quality was a little higher, and the prices were a lot more competitive back then as well. Nostalgia does sell, let's be honest. Now, this comes to us thanks to Mary at USA Today, and they noted that a woman waited for 4 hours to try this new CosMcs concept, which is an awkward phrasing of itself. And let me see here. So this is a specific location. She went to the inaugural opening event, which how much time do you have on your hands to go to an event of a McDonald's concept coffee shop? I can't help but fathom how little you have going on in your life, but nevertheless, this was at a specific location over in Illinois, granted, obviously not Chicago. Now, it looks like they noted that, quote, the Galactic restaurant blasted off from the get-go, according to the people who visited it, requiring 20 people between local police and CosMcs staff to direct traffic around the location in Bolingbrook. The town is about 30 miles outside Chicago, aka a lot safer. Although I'm sure Chicago, just like the Chicago Bears, they'll be good next year. They'll be safe next year. They'll be good for business next year. That's a joke because they've had the same politics for near 100 years, and yet they choose the same thing again, again, and again. Now, they do name her. I thought this woman would be so ashamed she would beg the reporters, please do not let the world know I spent 4 hours of my life going to this new McDonald's concept restaurant. But no, apparently she even gave a voluntary interview instead of regaling herself back to, home, perhaps in shame. But nevertheless, it looks like she's maybe even proud of this. Now, this woman described that she waited in line for hours to get the first bites of McDonald's limited chain. And again, they're describing it as a small format beverage-led concept. This gal is named Christina Buchtel Alcas. And of course, it is hilarious the phrasing they use. And every media outlet has a certain spin on things, and it's fascinating to see how you could phrase it. Now, they say she braved the line, which again is a word that's lost all meaning in the United States, bravery. And she was a 4-hour drive-through wait to get her hands on some new items. And she actually bragged about them on the Facebook earlier this week. When asked for comment, she said, quote, I didn't realize how long the wait would be, and I may not have stayed if I'd realized it, unquote. What do you mean you may not? If you knew going in that it was going to be 4 hours, you still would commit to that? The only possible reason I could see you doing this is if you're a reporter on the ground you gotta get the latest scoop, and you want that direct experience, or if you're a shareholder of McDonald's and you want to see what your money is doing. Let me know in the comments, would you ever spend 4 hours, any fast food chain for that matter, to get your first hands on this stuff? Now, it's even more hilarious when she says, quote, I didn't want to miss the opportunity, unquote. Again, they're not serving the fountain of youth. This isn't, they weren't giving out like a promo where whoever gets the 38th cup of McDonald's CosMcs, they're the new CEO, or they win 1,000 shares of the stock. Like, I can't fathom how little her time is worth. Now, they also know that there's no mistaking that McDonald's put extra care into the branding, she said, as CosMcs register workers wore 1980s style jean jackets embroidered with the golden cartoon drawing and yellow CosMcs stocking caps. There are also CosMcs themed vehicles in the parking lot, including a VW microbus and a branded Jeep Wrangler. CosMcs kept McDonald's iconic yellow colors, but did away with the equally recognizable red, instead opting for a dark navy blue. She also said, quote, I want to buy some of these CosMcs logo items like the hat, jacket, and shirt. I wish they could sell them online, unquote. Now, in terms of McDonald's, or I guess this is their micro concept, CosMcs, actually a pretty good idea to have them exclusively for sale physically there, because, again, they're opening up a brick and mortar. I'm sure they'll also have an app and delivery capabilities, but to get people into the store, that's a pretty good idea by McDonald's. When they asked her, what the hell did you order after waiting for 4 hours to get this magical food? Well, it does sound pretty fancy. This is, if someone were to read this to me, I would probably guess Starbucks, because the name is so long and ridiculous and fancy sounding. I would just assume you spent $28 on some flat bread with some sprinkles on it. But nevertheless, this specific order, she said she got a creamy avocado tomato sandwich, a citrus and cream shake, pretzel bites with spicy queso, and a popping pear slush. And of course, McDonald's, they even have a description. Granted, with so many names already in the title, one would probably venture to ask, why do you need a description too? But nevertheless, McDonald's menu described the creamy avocado tomato sandwich as an omelet-style egg patty with applewood bacon, creamy avocado tomato sauce, and white cheddar cheese. Al Cass, the gal who waited for 4 hours in line, she said the pretzel bites were simple and a classic. Now, at first I thought it was ridiculous. This item has 3 to 4 or 5 different names in it, and yet they left out the most important thing that Americans worship is bacon. How that is not in the title of the item, that's its marketing failed to say the least. Now, it looks like the popping pear slush gets its name for the popping candies that come on top, along with the whipped cream, and options to customize with bursting bubba, syrups, and boost shots, unquote, energy shot, vitamin C shot, or pre-workout shot. There may very well be 2, maybe 3 people who are buying this product before going to the gym. Maybe 3 people. But it is hilarious. This just furthers my joke, or long reality, of Starbucks and other fancy coffees just being a glorified candy bar in a cup. And when you look at the nutrition facts, it's about on par. Now, while she enjoyed the menu items as is, Alkis said customization is encouraged and makes the experience unique. Which, yes, that is how you maximize profits as well. They're just copying Starbucks, which, again, if I was a McDonald's shareholder, I'd be happy, because this sounds like a pretty long-term profitable endeavor. Now, she said you can add multiple syrups, dried fruits, sauces, energy shots, immunity boost, and toppings to any item. And, of course, she keeps commenting. She says, quote, next time I will definitely try the chocolate soft serve ice cream, the sour tango lemonade, which is lemonade with yuzu, and the spicy queso sandwich, unquote. Which, chocolate serve ice cream. Perhaps the most unique value add. Will this actually have an ice cream machine that works? What are the odds of that? Some might say 365 million to 1 or something to that effect. But nevertheless, now when it comes to how much she paid, this is the best part. If you're a McDonald's shareholder, hold on to your chair because you might fall off into joy or just exuberate so much happiness hearing this. That this customer willingly, and I do not believe she is inebriated. That would explain some of her behavior as waiting, for 4 hours in line and buying all this stuff. But apparently, she was not inebriated. She wasn't drinking a Bud Light or anything like that. Now, in total, it looks like her order came in at $19. And she said that the price meant everyone in her party was able to have one drink and one snack, each at less than $10 per person. Many items were under $4, she said, with her slush drink costing the most in her order at $5.39 for that little drink. Jeez Louise. I can't imagine it. And I think the only downside for the collectors out there is I'm not sure if they're going to give out hunks of Chinese plastic for all the fun toys that people collect religiously. So I don't think that's an option for this particular concept. Let's see here. Final. So again, from a business perspective, this sounds like McDonald's is going to knock it out of the park. Because again, the most important thing is what's the consumer thinking? Are they willing to pay these prices? Do they want to customize their fancy candy bar in a cup to get that price up to $5, $6, $7, $8 for a freaking drink? And some of these people are more than willing. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, McDonald's wants to expand the traditional McDonald's brand exponentially with thousands of stores in the next 24 months. Now, this one, again, they're starting off with 10 concept stores, or basically as a beta test before they expand the concept further. Now, given this initial feedback, and we'll see how the sales figures come in later, it sounds like it's a pretty profitable endeavor. It might just be a good way for McDonald's to increase their margins as the traditional McDonald's menu is becoming less profitable because their prices are going up for a myriad of reasons, including the supply chain, including cost of goods sold with the actual products that they're moving, as well as the exponentially increasing cost of labor in the United States as things get out of hand and people are paying $15, $16, $17, $20 an hour just to put carbonated syrup into a cup or flip a hamburger. It'll be interesting to see what the future of McDonald's is, but this very well might be a way to keep the company long-term profitable as they grow to become an even greater real estate company. Ha! A little bit of a pun if you know McDonald's history and how they really make money. But I partially digress. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some feedback and let me know how I can make the channel better and better and better. And I do apologize if there's a delay with my work schedule. I do try to read it and get back to all the comments in due time. Also, lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.